A pale girl stood at the end of Ethan Walker's hallway every night, never moving, never blinking, just staring at him with a longing that made his skin crawl. After moving to the quiet suburbs of Ohio, he thought his biggest worries would be school and fitting in. Instead, he was living with a ghost. He didn't know her name at first. He only knew she wasn't alive. Lights flickered when she appeared, and the air turned so cold he could see his breath. But the strangest part was how familiar she looked. When Ethan investigated the history of his new home, he learned a girl named Lily Harper had died there 3 years ago. She was only 17, and witnesses said she died with someone's name on her lips, someone she loved deeply. When Ethan found her picture online, his blood ran cold. Lily's dead boyfriend looked exactly like him. Not similar, identical. Now he understood why she watched him the way she did. To her, he wasn't Ethan. He was the boy she loved and lost, and Lily wasn't here to haunt the house. She was here because she believed he finally came back to her. Ethan didn't want to believe Lily was trying to communicate with him, but the signs kept coming. Notes began appearing in his locker at school, written in delicate cursive no one his age used. "I missed you. You didn't leave me. I'm still yours." Every time he touched the paper, a coldness seeped into his fingers. When he tried to show his best friend Haley, the notes vanished in seconds, as if wiped from reality. The school hallways echoed with whispers only he could hear, calling his name with a soft, broken affection. He saw reflections of Lily in classroom windows, in bathroom mirrors, even in the darkened screen of his phone. She was everywhere he looked, watching him with a quiet hope that felt more dangerous than anger. Haley researched paranormal cases and told him some spirits return for love, not revenge. But Ethan could feel something darker behind Lily's devotion, something possessive. She wasn't visiting him. She was attaching herself to him. She believed he belonged to her. The more he tried to ignore her, the more intense her presence became. And every night, her whispers got closer to his ear. The first time Lily touched him, Ethan's entire body locked with fear. He was drifting into sleep when a cold, gentle hand slid into his. It felt fragile yet impossibly strong, like ice molded into fingers. He tried to move, but couldn't. The temperature in the room dropped so sharply frost formed across his window. He felt the bed sink beside him as if someone lay down next to him. A moment later, something brushed against his hair. A soft stroke, slow and loving, but cold enough to burn. In the dark, he heard a girl's voice whisper, "I knew you'd come back." When he finally jolted awake, the room was empty, but small fingerprints, slender and unmistakably feminine, were imprinted on his wrist. They weren't red marks. They were freezing blue, like bruises left by winter itself. Over the next days, Lily's presence grew stronger, more physical. Ethan would feel someone tug gently at his hoodie, or a cold hand slide across his shoulder in crowded places where no one stood behind him. She wasn't trying to scare him. She was trying to love him, but the more she reached for him, the more he understood. This was a love that wanted to claim him completely. Determined to understand what Lily wanted from him, Ethan dug deeper into her past. He visited the library, searched old news articles, and even questioned long-time residents of the neighborhood. Everyone spoke carefully, as if afraid to say too much. Lily Harper had been a quiet, sweet girl, until the day she died. Rumors said she was found at the bottom of her staircase, her neck broken, her last words whispering the name of a boy she loved. But the official report listed her death as an accident. Ethan didn't buy it. When he found her old yearbook, he flipped to her picture and froze. Standing beside her was her boyfriend, Cole Davis, and the resemblance between Ethan and that boy was terrifying. Same jawline, same eyes, same smile. Whether coincidence or fate, they looked like twins. Ethan discovered Lily died the same night she supposedly confronted Cole about infidelity. Some whispered that she ran, slipped, and fell. Others claimed Cole pushed her. The sheriff, however, happened to be Cole's father, and the case was quickly closed. Lily's spirit hadn't stayed behind because of tragedy alone. She stayed because she believed the boy she loved abandoned her. And now, seeing Ethan, she thought he had returned. Lily's affection shifted into obsession. Ethan could feel it in the way she appeared, no longer as a faint shape, but as a full, glowing form. Her hair flowed like it was under water, her eyes shimmering with longing and something far more dangerous. She whispered to him constantly, "You're mine now. You promised me forever. If I can't have you, no one can." The more Ethan tried to pull away, the more aggressive Lily became. When Haley visited his house to check on him, Lily made her presence known immediately. The room darkened, the temperature plummeted, and Haley's breath hitched as a force shoved her backward. She tumbled down the stairs, barely catching the railing to stop herself. Ethan rushed to her, but Lily materialized behind him, her translucent hand gripping his shoulder. "She doesn't love you," she whispered, "not like I do." Haley left terrified, begging Ethan to get help. But help wouldn't save him. Lily had fallen in love with him, or who she thought he was, and now she was willing to hurt anyone who dared come between them. Her love was no longer gentle. It was possessive, feverish, and deadly. The town held secrets no one wanted exposed. As Ethan searched deeper, old residents began warning him to leave while he still could. They whispered about Lily walking the streets at night after her death, calling out the name of the boy she loved. Her ghost had been seen near the lake, in abandoned classrooms, even near Cole Davis's old house, her form flickering with grief and rage. Ethan learned that the sheriff had silenced witnesses, threatened teenagers, and destroyed evidence to protect his son. Cole had a history of jealousy, violence, and controlling behavior. Lily's death wasn't an accident. It was a cover-up, and when Cole moved away shortly after, Lily's spirit believed he had abandoned her. When Ethan arrived looking like Cole's mirror, she mistook him for the boy she died loving and hating. Haley uncovered an even darker truth. The night Lily died, she tried to run away from Cole, believing she'd found someone better, someone who cared for her. She had whispered that name moments before her fall, not Cole's, someone else's, and now, in death, she had latched onto Ethan with all her unfinished longing. The town feared what Lily had become, a ghost who didn't know she was dead, still searching for the love that destroyed her. Ethan tried escaping the town, packing his bags, driving in the middle of the night, desperate to flee Lily's tightening grip. But she followed him everywhere. She appeared in his car mirror, her eyes glowing with hurt. She materialized on the empty highway, forcing him to brake hard. Streetlights flickered out as he passed, and every radio station whispered his name in Lily's trembling voice. When he reached the town border, a chilling illusion appeared. A massive pileup of crashed cars, smoke rising, bodies scattered. But as Ethan screamed and swerved, the entire scene vanished. Lily was blocking him. "You promised you'd never leave me again." She whispered from the backseat, "Stay with me forever." Haley discovered a ritual that could sever the bond between Ethan and Lily, but it required facing Lily directly, acknowledging her pain and her death. It wasn't about fighting her. It was about helping her remember the truth she'd been running from. Lily wasn't haunting Ethan because she hated him. She was haunting him because she believed he was the boy who broke her heart. And she wasn't going to let him leave until he proved his love or freed her from the lie that trapped her. The final confrontation took place in the abandoned Harper house, the place Lily died. Ethan entered the rotting home with trembling hands, while Haley prepared the ritual circle behind him. Shadows twisted along the walls as Lily appeared, glowing with a painful, heartbreaking beauty. Her voice cracked with desperate affection. "You came back finally." Ethan tried to explain he wasn't the boy she loved, but Lily refused to listen, her form flickering between innocent girl and vengeful spirit. She begged him to stay with her forever, promising they could be together beyond life. When Ethan refused, she screamed, windows shattered, the floor trembled, and cold wind roared through the house. Haley began the ritual, forcing Lily to confront her death. Images of the truth flashed around them. Lily running, Lily crying, Lily falling. Lily realizing the boy she loved never saved her. Lily realizing Ethan was not him. Her glow dimmed as pain filled her eyes. She reached out to Ethan one last time, touching his cheek with a trembling hand. "I just wanted to be loved," she whispered as her body dissolved into fading light. The house fell silent. Ethan exhaled, thinking it was finally over. But that night, as he lay in bed, a cold breath brushed his ear. "Don't worry," Lily whispered softly. "Love never dies."